So I am seeing an ancestor that was hung and the air supply was cut off. Translate that to I see an ancestor being choked, strangled. This is a huge thing in your lineage. The neck, the air supply being cut off. Not
Why me though? Why am I tapping into all of this?
because you're chosen.
And you're powerful.
Give yourself permission to fully be here right now in your body.
How many lifetimes did you decide to live with me?
A lot. I feel like we're gonna go forward even more. Like, I feel like you're such a blessing in my life. Like, it's amazing what you've done.
And what's happening now? Yes. Welcome, welcome in.
Hey, I'm doing okay. How are you doing, Love?
I'm doing good. We're all doing good. So we're gonna all introduce ourselves. You're gonna feel so much love today. And first and foremost, like this is the tribe. This is like our soul tribe. Each and every person that's here, like we all had like a the quantum hypnosis session together. So Lee's my sister. Apparently Lee's my sister from past life. And
Okay.
Gemini, raise your hand, Gemini. That was my daughter in another past life. I know me and Angela are very much connected, and I think today we're going to find out how connected we are. I feel that I also feel sister vibes like from you as well. And then of course Catrice as well. And then Taya, I can't remember what happened in our session or if we found out, but how we're connected. But one thing about Taya, raise your hand. Okay.
Okay.
So Taya was basically a spiritual doula in her past life, and that's basically the modality that she's been curating here. So we'll get all into that, but you know me, of course, I guess I'll just start introducing myself. So we I don't know. We all get the introduction again. So, I'm Tahira. Other the ages. So one thing that I really try to focus on, I don't know if it's so much me or if it's really Source doing this, but I notice that Source really has me really taking a look at like ancestral codes, ancestral trauma, strongholds. This is really like down to the DNA and even like cosmic DNA and celestial DNA. So I think that this is kind of the pull, the direction that Source is kind of taking my gifts to and what Source wants me to focus on. So I'm going to try to do a little bit more of that. One thing I really do love doing is the hypnosis sessions. I don't get to do them as much as I would like to, but I feel that, I don't know, I feel like it's one of my superpowers. So I'll just say that. And then I will let whoever wants to go next. Catrice, let's start with you.
Start with me. I'm back from vacay. My name is Catrice, and my focus is the hypnotherapy and past life regression. So, ladies, I'm back, and I'll be starting back up next week. So, book your session.
Get inside. Oh, you guys are all muted. You guys are all muted. Y'all don't have to mute. Let's be chatty. Lee.
I know I need to get in with a session with you, Catrice. So hopefully this week or next week.
Awesome. Awesome. So Catrice, tell her how, basically I taught her like hypnotherapy, specifically past life regression, and then we're going to take it to another level when the quantum healing starts pouring in. And as you become more intuitive with the energy work, that's really going to help really just take that to another level. So how long did it take you to learn that, Katrina? And like what was the process?
So for the hypnotherapy, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was about a month, three
I
weeks
hear
to a month.
I hear some noise in the back. Is
Oh,
it
that's
children? Anyone children?
not me.
No? Okay. No, all right, no worries, no worries. Okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so I think so we started off with you doing hypnotherapy on me. And I think we practiced that for like 2 to 3 weeks. And then I started practicing on you for a few weeks. Yeah, and then I had to jump right in there with Tammy. So I started doing it with by myself in about a month, I would say, in about a month. Yeah, you threw me right in there. You threw me in there. And then I just had a break for what, 3 weeks now because I was on vacation. So now I'm ready to get back in there.
Awesome.
Yes.
I
Awesome.
want to vouch for Catrice. I had a past life regression and it was amazing. Um, and I love it. Well, hi, Drea. Drea, is that right? My name is Lee. I am a quantum healer. In my physical life, I am a mom. I used to be a teacher and I recently resigned and starting up my own business as a energy healer. I do tarot cards, I do Reiki, and also quantum healing as well. Um, and I'm also teaching my children how to heal themselves and be aware of the energy around them. So my ultimate goal is to um, like help sensitive children and sensitive people like navigate through this world, how to be powerful, find their light again, and yeah, and yeah, I don't know what else. I also came up with the Braille cellular massage, and Tahira actually did some massage in the last session. I was like, yes. I was so excited, and my my clairvoyancy is becoming so much stronger. I'm also I'm more of an empath when I'm in person with you, but since working with these ladies, my empathic ability through the screen has become so much stronger because of this connection with these amazing women. And I feel like crying. My confidence in my abilities have strengthened, and I have fully embraced, you know, I guess what normal people would say odd things about me, but I fully embrace, yes, I am odd and I'm special. And yeah, I just, you know, I don't know what I would do without you guys. So very grateful.
Oh my God. Guys, we need audio, so y'all can unmute. That was an award-winning Lee is always so sweet, and Lee will just start tearing up at a drop of a dime. But I love that because she's not afraid to show emotions and who she is. And this woman can see like no other. When I tell you, so if you're doing any energy work, right, Lee can actually see what you're doing. So she's gonna know if you're in the right spot. She's going to know. This woman has, and your gift of sight has grown exponentially being here, right? Like
Mhm.
it's beyond how freaky good it is. Awesome. Next drum roll, please. Angela.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a healer too. Well, you and I have been introduced to one another. I met you this past weekend. And yeah, I work with my intuition and an empath. I think I'm more of an empath than anything else. And yeah, I've it's been wonderful to be here because I've grown leaps and bounds in terms of my confidence. And before, I think, yeah, I was empathic and just being affected by everything and thinking everything belonged to me. But now I've learned how to identify what's mine, what's not, and also how to help people shift energy in their bodies and in their energy bodies. So yeah, it's been great. And I'm also a mother as well. And I wear a few hats, you know, in my life outside, but I'd like to shift more of my energy towards doing healing work because I feel like this is where I belong. So that's it.
You get it? Sorry, you just getting all of us today, Drea. And then Taya.
Okay, so hi, I'm Taya. It's a pleasure to meet you. So I've been meeting with Tahira and all these ladies for probably like 6 months, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
It's been a while. So basically, I am working on being a spiritual doula, and that's basically a person who works with women in pregnancy and childbirth and beyond, and just helps facilitate the spiritual aspects of pregnancy and childbirth. So that's the spiritual doula part. I also am working with these ladies on becoming a quantum telekinetic healer. And honestly, I've been practicing with you guys and I'm starting to actually really embody this now. Like it's really becoming one with me. So my confidence here has grown a lot. And honestly, sometimes Tahira, I don't know what that guy from Charlie's Angels name is. Charlie? Charlie, yes, Charlie. It's like Charlie. She'll be like, hey, and she'll just throw you in there and be like, you're ready. Go ahead and do it. And I'm just like, what? We're about to do this right now. And so, but it ends up working out. So it's been really fun. It's been adventurous. I've grown a lot, activated a lot. So as far as like me personally, I'm an accountant, like in the physical world. Um, and I do a lot of other stuff.
Yay, Taya. Oh my God. Get into it, Taya, because you're on today. Like, and last but not least, my daughter, my little baby girl from a past life, Gemini.
Hi, I'm the youngest of the group. Um, so yeah, so my name is Gemini, and I specialize kind of like when Angela was like, "Oh, empath." I was like, "Okay, yeah, that makes sense." So empath, transmutation of dark energy. So I go into the dark and then I transmute it into light. Um, I am also working on quantum telekinetic hypnosis with Taya and everyone else. And I'm trying to think. I'm claircognizant, clairsentient, clairaudient, clairvoyant. I also can feel like spirits.
Medium.
Medium. I'm able to read energy and I'm able to point out the shadows of people. And I have baby dragons so I have my little dragons. So so what do I do? I'm trying to figure out starting my own business with Taya and about to sell jewelry. I always find myself in odd jobs that I don't understand, but welcome Drea to the team.
You're my daughter because I'm always in some odd. I'd be like, oh yeah, next week I'm doing this. And you're like, what? Where'd that come from? I just had a feeling. Just knew that that's what I should be doing. So this is us in a nutshell. And Drea, you can introduce yourself.
Yes. I recently had a session with Sahira and Angela not too long ago, and I guess that's the most transfer, like that's the only session I've had so far. I've only had 3, too many ones, but this one in particular just stood out to me the most, and I can't forget all of the information and the insight and the advice and guidance that I got from this session. And I mean, do you want me to kind of share how we kind of linked up?
You need to share your vision board. That's what you need to share.
Well, I mean, I recently made a vision board in September of this year, and I literally put on there spiritual diagnosis, quantum telekinetic reading with energy medicine with Tahir, like specifically. And it was a particular video that she shared online on her YouTube channel, just moved me. Like I was just in tears, just emotional. For some reason, it just like spoke to me so much where I emailed her and I explained to her just how much it meant for that particular video that she shared meant to me. Like it touched me so much. And then I was able to do a session with her and Angela. And from that, I'm, brought me here with you all got, here. Cause I'm really starting to think that, I don't know, like my entire life I don't know, like I just did not believe in myself, and I had this power within me that was just dormant, just laid dormant for so long. And my spirit was constantly telling me like, there's more, there's more, there's more. And it was like I was throwing tomatoes at the wall, trying to figure out what would stick. So just coming to her channel and finding her. And like I told you in the session, I was like, and I had told my husband, like, literally, like, it was like the woman that was bleeding, right? Going back to scripture, how she just had to touch Jesus's cloth, like robe, just something of his to know that she was healed. And I just felt, I used that reference with Tahira, because for some reason my spirit was like, if you could just get close to her, just get next to her, I will have clarity. So I really appreciate you. And I didn't expect this to happen. Like, honestly, and so quick too. So yes, so that's pretty much it. Like, I really appreciate you, and I just being here. I really do. And I'm glad to meet each and every one of you. Yeah, it's just awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Andrea. And I'm gonna be like Lee, start crying. But
Let it all out. It's okay.
Sometimes you just wonder, because the road gets rough for all of us. It gets rough for you too. And there are times like where it's like, I know that if I was in real estate or back in television or wherever, I'd be making a lot more money. But it's moments like this that just make me understand just how needed this is. And what you're truly feeling is source. It's not me. I'm just an open vessel. I was a girl weird enough to let spirit in. I started to hear voices. I started to talk to spirit, and me, it was just like, oh, welcome in. I was just weird enough to invite source in. And, it started off me really talking to my brother who passed away. That was my first channel. And then I had, it was actually my brother-in-law who passed away, and it was very detailed. I mean, I'm talking, we spoke for at least 30 minutes. So it started with me recording spirits that would come and talk to me at different times throughout the day. And then, people reached out to me. I'm like, I don't know. How do you even know I could do this? Because at that point, all I knew was that I just like to help people. I had no idea that this was all real, but apparently it is. And that just took off, and source really landed me here, and I'm just the vessel. And like, I don't take this is not me. This is all source is doing. And I will be here as long as source wants me to be in this position. And I think it's very important to bring people together because yeah, I could do a lot of things on my own, but that's not the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to build community. It's to teach others. Like the information and the skill set that I'm pulling in, this is not from me. This is from Source. And Source wants me to teach it to other people because I did a channel message a few years ago and I said, people like us in the future are going to be called the impossible ones because we're shifting through so many different timelines, dimensions, so many different like versions of Earth and ourselves, right? That in the future, people are going to lose their mind if they don't have people like us that are literally gifted in the psychic sciences, gifted in like, it's like a movie. Some of these things we get into these sessions is like a real life action movie, sci-fi movie. And for people like us that dare to even think that all of those things were real, this is what the outcome is because we just became open to spirit. And so I thank you for that. Also, I'm channeling a few things for you right now as spirit draws my attention to a box, right? And but it has like I'll show you here. Not sure if you can see that, but there's a box, but it's open now and there's a W pattern at the top. So you're coming out of the box. This is the shift that happened since our session a few days ago. There's no lid on it. You're poking your head out. There's no lid. You've taken the lid off. And in fact, this pattern that I drew, this is actually a stock pattern that I drew. So when you're trading stocks, it's called a double bottom. So it makes like a W pattern and it's called a double bottom. And what that means is an indication of a stock that was down and it's about to go up. So Spirit is truly saying you're on a reversal. A lot of shifting is about to start happening for you. That down period that you felt, that's over. This is a clear sign of a reversal. You are literally having a reversal, and Source brought you here so that we can help you to shoot back up in the right direction, in the way that you want to go. Oh, I think you're muted.
Thank you. You just, ugh. It's just no words. It's just so much.
Awesome.
Thank you for that confirmation. Thank you. Because I wondered if I was still going to get in the way of myself.
Not with us.
Yeah.
We won't let you. I won't let anybody slip through the cracks. I'm like, girl, you better get on this thing tonight. And so I think it'd be nice if we can all go around and just share a channeled message that we're feeling, that we can gift to Drea, a channeled message for her. So yeah. So that was my little message. I have another one, but I'll hold on to that.
Okay.
Yeah. I have one. I heard, don't doubt yourself. Trust your gut instinct and listen to your intuition. You have really strong intuition. And I feel like you're on the cusp. You're on like a path, a fork in the road where you can go to the path where it's least visited, I guess, least like walked, I guess. That's our path, right? Or you can follow the path of the majority and you get to choose. You're on a fork in the road. And I was feeling like your heart is so immense. You have such deep love, and it fits right in with this sisterhood here. And yeah, and I feel like there are going to be people whispering in your ear, telling you are you sure you trust them? Are you sure? These are just like woo woo people, but go with your gut and with your heart, and I feel like that can never lead you wrong. And to be honest, I feel like I, I know you feel how authentic we are and how true we are as
Yeah.
as a group, as a sisterhood, and where we come from is from love and authenticity and yeah, and light. And granted, we do get darkness too, and the darkness does show us like how we are strong, and it tests us. Um, and yeah, I feel like
Mm.
what I see in front of you is like a golden path. I feel like you're gonna make any choice that you make, it's gonna be right for you in this moment. Um,
Mm.
yeah, and I just keep hearing trust, trust, trust. Um, yeah.
Thank you, Lane.
Yes.
Lee is so therapeutic. But um, for whatever reason, release is coming up. So and it might kind of play off of what Lee was saying. So I don't know if you need to release some people or release certain thoughts, but I am getting the word release.
Mm.
And I want to chime in on that, and I want you, so I'm going to press you to expound on that because what you guys don't know about Catrice. So she came in and we did several hypnosis sessions. I did several on her, really uncovered. There was like a film sitting on top of her spiritual sight. And so even though she does now, she's learned the past life regression, quantum healing, hypnosis, her sight from being in this collective group, her sight is coming online, and you're spot on. So do you realize you made a slip and you said root?
I
Remember,
said root.
you said root instead. You were gonna say release, but you said root first.
Mm,
I want you to pay attention to that because spirit, I have been looking down in the root chakra, root and sacral, and I do see
hmm
something there. And so I want you to pay attention to that release. So you are right. That release is coming from the root. Um, I'm
Mm.
seeing some energetic cords going through the belly button, and it's
Mm.
sacral and root chakra related. And I'll tell you what else I'm feeling after everyone else goes. But do you have any more to say about the release? What she needs to release? Anything specific, or any even if you see any colors? I know you're good with chromotherapy with colors. See any colors?
Yeah, I didn't even know we were starting, so I wasn't even.
Oh, no, no, no. It's I no, I put you on the spot. You know how I do it. I'm sorry.
No, so I wasn't even doodling or
Oh,
even like
we can come
feeling
back.
into anything.
We'll
Okay.
come back.
Okay.
All right. All right. So that's a message. That's a beautiful message. And your spot,
Yeah.
Trees. Taya or Gemini.
Okay, so I'm not sure if what I'm feeling is good or bad. It's hard to tell. It's just like I can't tell if it's like I'm about to burst into joy and excitement or if I'm scared to death and terrified. I'm just like the feel and it actually is pretty intense and my heart is pounding
Mm.
right now. Whew. Okay, so the general messages after that I'm getting is that you want to heal. I really sense that from you, and I've sensed that you're ready for that. And everything that you've ever been through, every moment in your life has led you to where you are now. And it's time for like that energetic upgrade and that just overall upgrade, like in every area. And trying to get my heart to calm down. I
Okay.
Also, I think also what I'm feeling is your heart space is big. Like it's powerful. Like it's intense. So it's like a delicate balance between like, is this good or bad? Like that's what I'm feeling. So okay. So I don't know. I guess your heart, like, what am I trying to say? I don't know if it's like you heal through your heart or what exactly it is, but at the same time, you could also cause damage as well. So it's like,
Mm-hmm. Keep going. You got it. Keep going.
yeah, it's like, I don't know, maybe that's like a source of something for you, like a maybe the source of your power. I also seen you crawling out of a box. So after I seen crawling out of a box and then being like a beacon of light, like you just looked just like pure white light. And I seen people being drawn to you. Um, so I feel like I don't know. It's really powerful overall. And yeah, it's so my general message is it's time to grow. So yes, it is time to grow beyond what you could have ever even imagined, what you could have ever envisioned for yourself, because with all these updates, you're going to start to see yourself through a new lens than you did before. And you're really going to start to like see who you really are. And you're just on a beautiful path in life. So that's kind of what I'm getting overall.
Thank you, Reese. Thank you. Oh.
And I want to piggyback off of you because the strongness in the heart. So spirit is saying your heart is under attack. So it's under attack and then what? Heart attack. That's why you're feeling that pain. I'm almost wondering, Drea, do you cause yourself unnecessary stress? Are you the person attacking your own heart under attack?
Yeah, I can see how I have done that to myself. Yeah. Because I become more type A as an adult, and the sense of control. If I don't have control of things, I I just don't I just hate not having control. So sometimes a lot of that anxiety um and stress and the just the pure thought of just not knowing, right? I could drive myself crazy with just those with that just right there. So yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to work on helping you and when we do your quantum hypnosis session of
Yeah.
releasing this heart attack, this under attack, but it's heart attack, right? So what spirit is saying is you don't release this eventually, this could lead to a heart attack.
Mm.
This type A, the it's very important to start to let go of some of that, and it won't happen overnight, but because you don't want it to. I've seen people, and even my mother, it wasn't heart attack, but it was cancer, and she was very much a worry, like a worry person,
Yeah.
So I want to just a quick teaching moment here as Taya was tapping into the heart. So the heart, I call the heart the second mind, right? So we have our head mind, our heart mind, and our gut mind. So our gut mind, of course, is our claircognizant gift, just the clear knowing, the ability just to know, right? And the heart mind is so very important because I really feel that it really is our true consciousness, and one thing, I don't know how far you are in channeling, so I always tell everyone this. The first role of just channeling is just check with your minds. We have three minds. What does your mind say? Your head mind. What does your heart mind say? And you cannot, that heart mind, I'm telling you, is so powerful. You can feel energy, you can feel all the energy right there. And then once you do that, your gut is going to be activated because you're just going to know because you have a physical sensation in your body because the heart just, it cannot it cannot lie. So that's just some tips for you, as we move forward here. So awesome. So Gemini.
Hi. Hi, Drea. I just want to say, first of all, just to bounce back off of Taya and Tahira and Lee and and everybody. My heart literally feels like it's racing. I feel sweaty. My throat feels like it's just like somebody's choking me. My head has like a lot of like pressure in it, and my root chakra don't even feel grounded. It feels like I'm floating, like my root chakra is actually floating. And I feel like you put yourself outside of the box with everyone. Everyone's like this, and you're just like this. And my sacral, I mean, sorry, not my sacral, I apologize. My solar, it feels, I don't know, it feels like it's so weird. It feels like a void almost, like, but it's dim. It's like it has a little bit of energy there, but it also feels like a void. And I feel like do you suffer with a lot of like panic attacks and like, or panic attacks or like anxiety, like where you feel hot and then you'll feel sweaty and then your heart will start racing and then your head feels a lot of pressure in it?
I have had more of anxiety
Mm-hmm.
in my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to where like I feel sweaty, but almost like I'll get very emotional and can't catch my breath. Like I just certain situations, it gets me to where I'm just like, just crying uncontrollably and just kind of like, just trying to contain my emotions. I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah.
Okay, so the suppression of emotions actually has my throat chakra blocked. That's why I felt like I was suffocating, because when you are holding and suppressing your emotions, it almost feels like I didn't even want to talk. If I'm being honest with you, before this session, my heart was pounding. I felt a lot of nervousness. So did Taya. It just felt like nerves. And when I came in, and before Lee even ever talked to you and kind of like calmed your heart down a little bit, because I felt as she was speaking to you, your heart started to calm down. I felt like, just really nervous. I just felt like I'm just taking a real back seat. Like it's just almost like this, you're coming out of your shell, but I still feel this tinge of like self-doubt. It's almost like I just kind of want to separate myself from other people or places. But I want to let you know that you are on the right path, and just being here right now today and just working on your skills and honing in on your skills, you're going to get a lot better. Your heart is so powerful to the point where you will be able to emanate so much light that no one is going to be able to stand in your way. So I just wanted to tell you that.
Beautiful. Awesome. Angela or Catrice, did you need to go again?
So I was feeling what Gemini was saying about the throat chakra. I wrote down well, before this session I did a meditation to clear my energy centers. And when I got to the throat chakra, I started sweating really, really badly. So so I wrote that down, and I was burping as Gemini was talking about the throat chakra. I was burping, so that's another way to release as well. So I don't know if your throat chakra is blocked and there's just words that you need to speak, but I was burping while she was talking about your throat chakra being blocked. And then again, like I said, as I was clearing my energy areas today in meditation, when I got to the throat chakra, I started sweating really, really bad. So definitely feel you on that one, Gemini. And then also I did see the red as I was closing my eyes, but it wasn't coming through real strong. So I don't know if it's just like a light attachment that's down there. But it wasn't coming through strong. But right now my blue light is coming through. So I don't know if I'm subconsciously starting to heal that area already. But yes, so I'm seeing blue now. So
beautiful.
that's it.
So
Thank you,
Drea,
Katrina.
You're
sorry.
welcome.
So Drea, I guess Catrice's superpower, she brings in this blue light, and sometimes like we can see it. We can see her when she comes in with her blue light, and that's really what she uses to heal. I didn't tell you this about the blue light, Catrice, and this is actually gonna be one of the main focuses I'm gonna be talking about when I'm moving to like another project. Do you know how high vibrational this blue, it's actually what it is, like a blue flame. This is actually the sword of truth. Okay, get into that. Did you feel the energy? Did y'all feel it when I said it? Did y'all feel it? Because I felt it. This is strong Christ energy. That's what you're using. And because it came through in a one of my sister's session under hypnosis, and Source actually gifted her with that sword, and it was like blue flame. So that's what you're using, and it's for truth. And this red color with the root, and you said attachment, you're spot on, because that's what I've been drawing over here. And that blue light, and this is a lesson for all of us, that blue light, when we're working and we're removing entities and attachments and even energies, we can activate that blue light, and it's like a flame. It's like a sword with a blue flame. And I'm telling you, that will remove anything. That's just what Source is saying right now. But yeah, so that was beautiful. Patrice, you're spot on. And Angela, do you remember in the session we had with Drea, there was blockages in the throat chakra?
Yes, I do. I do. It's so amazing that everyone's picking up on that. And also the attachment that you were feeling, Catrice, like I was feeling into an attachment in her head connecting to her solar plexus. And when you said you brought the blue light in, it went away. Like it's so powerful that it just like dissolved it. And the pressure that I was feeling in her solar plexus after your blue light work, it's gone. Now I feel it in the sacral. So at least the attachment isn't like pulling her power anymore. And yeah, that's really profound. Yeah.
You
I
ladies
just
are
feel like everyone's saying a lot of the things that we picked up in the session on Saturday.
Yeah.
Or was it Sunday?
Sunday, I think.
Sunday, yeah.
And to your point, Angela, this attachment, how you said it's no longer the root, but you feel in the sacral. So what I've been drawing over here is, it's weird. There's an eye, and this eye may be the energy that you're feeling in the head. But as I started to draw here, at first I drew an eye, but look at this. This has a body. It's very much giving gray or reptilian, and I saw gray in my mind's eye. So this is what I spot, and I feel it has an energetic cord going through the belly button. So the sacral area is where it's linked in, but that eye possibly could be the head that you're feeling, Angela.
On
And
the left hand, it's in the middle back of her head.
yeah. So one thing, Drea, I never want to, when we talk about attachment, this is how spirit shows this to us. This could very well just be energy, right? So I'm drawing this. I'm going to say you have a gray or a reptilian attached to you, but it's something this dense. So all of that emotions, right, that we have, this is what these attachments are. Spirit is colorful. So spirit will say a lot of things to get us to understand the severity of what's going on. So I really truly feel that it's like almost like dried up, stuck emotions, gray. It's gray. So, and it's funny because when we talk about the gray aliens and we talk about gray is not really black nor white. It's somewhere in the middle. And you've kind of just been undecided. You've kind of just been tinkering back and forth between timelines, and you haven't yet chosen the sovereign Drea path for you. And it's keeping you in this gray space, this gray energy. And it's what it's doing, it's hardening inside of your auric field. It's creating almost like craters, or like just something hard. I feel that is why too, and I'm channeling all this now, this is why you're overly emotional, because the energy portals are not open enough. You have some dried gray pockets of dense energy that need to be removed. Lee?
Hmm.
Oh, Lee, you got what you got.
No, I just got scared when I saw Gemini's background.
Let me see, Gemini. Let me see.
That freaked me out.
Has this been your background the whole time?
No, it was not.
Okay.
She had wings.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that doing there? My gosh.
Do you see any attachment, Lee? Any?
The only thing I see like a black claw like hand around her heart, like gripping at her heart. And so I wonder if that is your anxiety, you know? It has
Under
manifested.
attack. Remember, her heart is under attack. You're right.
Yeah. And that's what that's like before I saw the hand, and I saw the hand gripping her heart. And I think it has, I guess your your anxiety has been with you for so long that it has materialized into an energetic, I guess, form that it, yeah, and it just wants to hold on to your heart. And I do see something coming up your spine. Um, and yeah, I don't know what that is though.
I think this is what it is. I think it's this.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'm get reptilian gray energies, that's, and it does have structure to it, right? So this could very well be the part upper spine. I feel like the eye is attached to the head.
Head.
And then it probably the tentacles, what I was sawing going through the belly button, is probably reinforced in the heart. So Drea, we work with a lot of like removal of energies here. This may sound like really serious, but this is really very common. We all had them. Even I had attachments, and Lee had to help free me. Angela had to help free me. We all have helped free each other. And I want to normalize this because what they actually show us in the movies is real. It's quite real. And anytime you have a low point, your body, your energy field becomes susceptible to energies. So me, when I was at a low point in my life, the energy, an attachment came into my arm because my arm was, it was a weak point, and attachments will find any weak point to attach, because we really are a special creation, humanity, but other life forms, they have to have us as an energy source because they don't power themselves. So it's very common to have these things, and we're going to start just to unravel it and to remove this energy for you.
Okay.
All right. Miss, oh, okay, I think Taya stepped away. All right. And I'm going to invite you, Drea, just to take a very big, deep breath in all the way from the root chakra, moving up the spinal column, hovering that breath over 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it here deeply and slowly, and deeply and slowly and completely. And just go ahead and continue those breaths. And do you want to mute for us, Drea? Just go ahead and mute, and then we'll get this process underway. Okay, perfect. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Hey, I'm in a session. I'm going to call you back. Mishwana karamuda karamata karamireta karashindireta mura 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 mo. Mararata karashanire takarashinire tatakaramura mura mura takaramu. Batakreshinara tatakaramire takarastatakaramireta. Mira takaramada kireshindiramo. Murata karamata karamata murata murata kare mura murapu. Buta karamata murata. Ni muanara karam marambara munita karashina uta. Mata karambate naraka. Mishona karamureta krishina buta. Mira tatakaram mureta karam mireta krishin direta. Mira na karambereta mireta krishite mata. What I'm picking up on, guys, it feels like, and I just said guy. So we want to pay attention to anytime we have this slip, right? And I just said guy. Feels like someone is behind you, like a shadow figure, holding you, like with two arms, like their whole self, like they're just almost like cradling you from behind, but not in a good way. Like it's a true attachment. It feels masculine to me. And it's black. It's like a shadow being of some sort, or a shadow person, someone that's not in your life currently, or even in your life, but it's their shadow self. It's very much given a shadow self that is just has this stronghold, just holding you from behind.
I'm getting the same thing, Tahira. Except like it's starting at like on my neck, and I can feel it going down my left side a bit. And it kind of feel like something is like holding on right here. So it's like here on back and then on down to like my left side.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for that confirmation. Yeah, anyone else? And I'm hearing mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo. Whatever this energy is does not want you to speak. Like it's almost mocking you, like, oh, it's just mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo. So this could very well be someone in your life. Like it could be the shadow of someone in your life that could possibly be mocking you. But that's what I'm hearing right now. So
Keep feeling tenseness in my body keeps tensing up as well. Drea, are you feeling tense or are you feeling any strain in your body? Drea?
Yes, love. I don't know. I'm feeling not overwhelmed, but
Okay.
it's just so funny, just the anxiety.
Definitely feeling it. Yeah, my body's feeling really tense right now. Okay, I'm gonna bring in the blue light.
yes.
It's starting to.
Lots of pressure in the head. Like lots and lots of pressure in my head. My left side is just like on fire. I almost feels like this is the energy of, I'm not even sure if it's you. It could be the energy of the shadow that I'm looking at, but feels it feels like that gray. I mean, if I'm being honest, because spirit is drawing my attention to the head, it's huge. So it does give me that sense of a gray, kind of like a bigger cranial here and a smaller, yeah. It's
I've had. So this is starting to make sense. I've had, I wouldn't call them migraines, but the back of my head, I've had pain in the back of my head, And I always like, I wanted to kind of go to the doctor and consult with a specialist, but it would go away. So it's like I'll have these moments maybe a couple of times out the year where it's like the pain is so intense where I have to lay down. So this may explain that. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I just feel called to like rip this thing away from you, Drea. So what I did was I kind of with your aura, I put like a veil around you, like a light, almost like a bubble. And then I'm trying to get this thing off you to release from you. Um, and so I feel like your breath and your intention of releasing this will help us pull it away from you. So I want you to take 3 deep breaths, and those 3 breaths are going to give you your power and the intention that you no longer want this being attached to you. Okay. Breathe in love and light, and then out. And I'll hold it in, and then I will expand that area around the back. I see it released from you.
Lee, if I can say something here.
Yeah.
I was channeling that song from The Color Purple. Me and you will never part, Maki Dada. Me and you are half a heart, Maki Dada. And so in that movie, it was her sister. It was like her sister that they were going to be separated for some time. I'm almost feeling that this attachment is it's saying me and you will never part. We're half a heart. Feels that you could possibly be sharing a heart with someone, whoever this is, because that was coming through very strong as well. And sometimes these entities, it's layers, right? So the gray finds the weak point and it's just there, right? Remove that. So now we're looking at why was it there, right? We're looking at the emotions now. Who are you sharing this space with, this heart? So one thing I do want to say, and when you really start to get into this energy work, is you will find that sometimes, like if you do readings on 2 people, sometimes some people can be sharing a chakra system or a heart or a consciousness, and it's very common when you have a loved one to be sharing a heart space together. But it's very much giving whatever this is, the energy of it is your half a heart with someone else. I don't know if that resonates at all, but this is any
It's
feedback.
interesting because like the energy is red right now. Once it's detached from her, I've seen like a lot of red. So I wonder if it's someone who has questioned your security based on the color, because it's, red with the root and everything. So I don't know if I still have it here. Let me question it.
Thank you.
I keep thinking it could just consider it could be someone also that's not like physically here, but you knew them, but they, you know, might have passed on. So it could be someone who like right now currently, but it also could be someone that, you know, you might be attached to that passed on.
Mm.
Does that resonate with you at all, Drea?
I haven't had a lot of people that are close to me that have passed. I
Mhm.
can only think of, recently, my husband's grandmother passed away. She passed away actually earlier this year in March. Other than that, I really have my circle is very small. So you're talking about like when I was a kid, the last time, so, like teenager. I say my grandmother passed away when I was in my 20s on my dad's side, my grandfather on my dad's side in my 20s. Those are the only two like people in my family that were close to me that have passed. And that's all I can really think of, other than just people that have passed away in my childhood that I really didn't have like a connection with. They were just part of the family.
So
So,
as you're talking, someone is pulling like my heart forward. Someone is attached to your heart. Your heart is their food source.
mm,
Lee, you see that, Lee? Oh, you're
Been
muted.
that for a while.
It's that hand. I saw
Yeah.
like it's outside that black hand with
Yep.
the claws, like gripping your heart.
Yep.
And what I got from this energy here, I heard anger. Is there someone in your life that experienced a lot of anger issues, like anger management or anything of the sort? Or no?
I mean, my father, I don't really speak to my father. I haven't spoken to him in years.
Mhm.
Um, he displayed a lot of anger growing up. Um, like I said, I keep my circle very small on both sides of my family. We're just not that close. So that's the only thing I can really think of. And I
Because
have had chest problems. I have had where, say, just within my relationships, I've gotten so hurt. People have done me so wrong. People have mocked me. People have questioned my stability, my capability, have questioned just my path, which is why I doubt myself, has allowed me to close my own throat chakra. This is all making sense. Even as a child, it was more so growing up, you don't, if you express yourself, you're being disrespectful type of thing. So I've had it. I feel so much, and I know we were speaking on, I have so much water in my chart, but I always wondered why I felt so deep. Like I feel so intensely. And when I get hurt, my intimate relationships, just people around me, I feel that shit like 10 times. And it does feel like something is gripping at my heart when this happens.
It's, it's this thing gripping at your heart. You're not to be this emotional. It's this thing is not of this world because I feel like it's using you to filter emotions, to filter like what we all feel, but it's using your heart to as like almost like a filtration system, and you're just kind of along for the ride, possibly because you are heavy, in water placements. It's definitely something from outside. As much as yes, the thing was inside. No, I see it, and Lee sees it gripping you from the outside. I'm wondering if there's any like, so what might this be, guys? Quantum entanglement? You know, this could be something like that, where you are a vibrational match to something as well. Um, so I just want to throw that out there. Angela, I know you have something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily feeling this thing outside of the body, but then I just may not be attuned to that, but I can feel it like hooked into her root, like just like the claws are in the root, and I'm trying to remove it. And also, there's like a lot of stagnant energy in the sacral chakra, so I'm removing that energy right now as well. But I can feel like how this, this claw or this whatever this attachment is, how it's like pulling in. I don't know. I can feel how it's causing that pain in the back of her head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's actually like keeping a certain part of her brain, certain parts of her brain like stagnant, like deactivated. So yeah, I'm just feeling into that more and more, just removing stagnant energy, which may be making her an energetic match to this thing because there's a lot of like dull and just very dense energy in the sacral.
Yeah.
Mm.
And spirit is calling it debris, like energetic debris. You have like it's just debris. So there's been a lot of big kind of moments in your life that kind of hit a head and just crashed down. It's the debris. So, and that's why the emotions are too heightened. It's because the debris needs to be cleared out. So you want to really be doing your meditations, praying, journaling, all of these things. I think when we do our hypnosis session together, that is going to help. I mean, girl, you're gonna release so much. You're gonna probably be crying and the whole nine. I think that's gonna truly, truly help. Taya, Gemini, do you guys have anything? And we're gonna all start clearing. I want us to start just clearing this thing.
I really do want to agree with just what everybody said. Like earlier, I felt like I wanted to emotionally just vomit, but anger. I felt a lot of anger, and I felt like I was about to say, like just scream. I felt like I wanted to scream, and it's this thing that's attached to you. And then earlier, I felt the thing inside of me. It was just looking like that, like just I felt like something was watching me. I kept having a feeling of wanting to look behind me. And also with Angela, what she said about, the sacral, I actually started feeling my sacral pulse before Angela said that she was working on that. Um, I just want to ask you a question, and this is kind of like a trigger warning, I guess. Did anyone ever hit you? Did someone hit you one time that you never really let go of?
So don't feel the need to share anything that you don't want to be
Yeah, you don't have to.
that you don't want to be on camera. Don't feel the need to share that, but you can put it in the chat if there's if there's ever any sensitive information that anybody wants to pass along, then we can always put it in the chat.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Um,
I wonder if she's frozen. She looks frozen.
Yeah, I think she's frozen. I'm gonna
Crazy that when you said that happened.
yeah.
I didn't mean to. I mean, I didn't. Well, I don't.
I was just telling her. No, Gemini, you're perfect. This is what you're supposed to do. Only because it's being recorded. So because we're going to show this, I just was like, if she doesn't feel comfortable to say that, she can put it in the chat, and that way you can still get the information that you need. Yeah.
Okay, of course. And it was so funny when I said it was like this, and she literally just froze right after that. Because
Yeah.
earlier I felt the thing, and it was just like it became me inside of me, literally. Like the entity was seen through both of my eyes. I often wonder, does she dissociate sometimes? Because I feel like it may jump in her at times where it's not fully her.
Yeah, and it's when you asked if someone, did someone, touch you? I was literally doing this, and I've been doing this for a long time. One, I was kind of thrusting her back. It's like she needs to cough something up. You feel that too, Lee?
I wanted to take this and do this. That's why I was asking, like, why it was all of a sudden. And I wondered, did someone hit her? Like, not like in a way that was repetitive, but I'm wondering if one time somebody just like,
Oh yeah, because the word that was coming up was heartbreak. I just kept hearing heartbreak, heartbreak, heartbreak. I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, maybe. Like the source of some of the pain, and she might be holding on to that. I don't know. Hopefully she gets in here soon.
I know. Yeah.
Uh,
What were you gonna say, Lee?
Oh, I was gonna say, I also, with this attachment, I just wanted to push it out for some reason. I've never ever felt like I had to push something out, but I wanted to shove. So I wonder if that's another thing that she experienced is like physical aggression,
Yeah.
towards her.
Yep.
And it's so weird because I never wanted to shove something out of someone's body, but
And it's
Oh
like,
yeah, that's definitely
oh,
not you, Lee. Especially because that's not even close to anything close to your signature at all. So that's definitely not you.
When you said that, Lee, I felt cornered. I felt like someone was cornering me. It's like I saw someone cornering me, like, like, and I felt in a corner. Like I felt like something was hovering over me, like, and I was just small.
Mhm.
I felt really small, like just
Mhm.
yeah. I'm just wondering. I don't even want to say this neither, but I'm wondering maybe and maybe not, but DV.
You
I
know
don't want
what?
to. Don't
I was
I?
feeling that. I was feeling that too. And I didn't want to say it because I know you're recording, but yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So,
I wonder if we need. Oh,
okay, sorry, Catrice.
oh, did you want to finish?
Oh no, no, I was just gonna say when she comes back in, we'll see what she wants to share. But if we know that, we can still like start clearing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm paying attention to my clothes again. I wonder if we need to send some type of love energy. Pink. I don't know. Me and my clothes in these sessions. I have on a pink sweatshirt. I have on a pink band.
Yeah.
Pink in my drink. So
Wow. Pink light. Now we need
pink.
love vibration.
Yes. Yes. Oh, and one more thing. When you said debris, I got a headache. I know she said she get headaches, but as soon as you said debris, all across here. Yeah. Yes, Gemini. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just have to say one more thing. I wanted to kind of add on to what Catrice was saying. It's so funny when she's talking about clothes. Look at this. There's a heart on my shirt. So when you talk about sharing hearts, that's so funny. Also, I was just gonna say, I wonder if maybe this male has the entity, like the entity. Ooh,
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
okay,
ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
was wondering, I wonder if this male energy never really let her go and it turned into a form of an entity, like some type of spiritual warfare almost. Like this guy, whoever he was, turned into this entity. It's like something in the spiritual realm that he is. And I'm just wondering if he's still clutching onto her heart and just draining it. Or, it just feels like this has something as a connection with the male, like a masculine energy, like you said. And this is
mhm.
his spiritual form, almost. Like,
Thank
Wow.
Drea, I want to ask you something. So Drea is that's your nickname, and is it Andrea? Is
It's
it
Andrea.
Andrea?
Yes.
I'm almost wondering if it's Andrea because remember that song I was channeling, me and you are half a heart. And always when people have two names, you have two personalities. Like,
Hmm.
I'm wondering if there's something about Andrea versus Drea. What's the difference between the two? Because, the reason for the split or the other name. So I was wondering, did something happen to make you switch over to Drea?
Yeah. Give me just a moment.
Sure, take your time. And by the way, you don't have to share anything that you don't want to be shown. We can use the chat to, but I'm just letting you know. Yeah, so. Yep. Okay, so yeah.
Okay, can you? I have my Bluetooth
Oh, okay. Yeah.
repaired. Like, yeah. Yeah, I just honestly, and I'm gonna step out.
No worries.
I have so many people, but no, like honestly, I just feel like the reason why w- Drea was something that I felt like was a new me, right? And like I told you, I just didn't resonate with Drea. I did not resonate. I mean, I didn't resonate with Andrea.
Mhm.
Um, even as a kid, and when I just didn't resonate it growing up. And I was that's not the only name. I was called many names. My middle name is Cora Drika. And then my nickname was Drika. And I hated Drika. I hated that as well. So I just wanted to find my voice, find something that embraced me. I came from a very controlling, strict household. I'm a military brat. My father was in the military, grew up on base. Father was toxic. Um, my mother, I mean, if I was even to share my mother's story, y'all would even believe half the shit my mom went through. And it's still going through to this day. So I just feel like it was a part of just claiming my own identity because like I grew up in a very controlling environment. My mother was very controlling. And yes, the last thing, so crazy how the internet just messed up when she asked me, did anybody hit me? And back in the South, you get beat by switches and belts and stuff like that. So I experienced that growing up. You know what I'm saying? That was my mom's upbringing. She was abused physically. And I know it was just something that was, in a black household, you get whipped by switches and belts. That's the thing. But that really was very traumatic for me. Which is why I try not to use that way of punishment on my own children. Um, as much. You know what I'm saying? Because I just know how traumatic those um those were. So it's just, parents from the South. That's just from the South, that's just how they disciplined you, I guess. My father wanted to abort me before him and my mom just got together just because they were pregnant with me. Honestly, it was, it looked better in the church since he knocked my mom up to get married. So you have a man that really didn't even want to be with my mom, let alone have a child. And here we go. I'm 36 years old with two kids and married, and my father hasn't even seen my son, but one time, and he lives an hour away from me. So it's just my family tree, as you said, it was barren, and there's a lot of trauma within my family tree. A lot of trauma, a lot. That's all I got to say. A lot of trauma. I can go on and on. There's so much trauma, and I have a lot of that has to do with the woman, and I feel like a lot of that is from, unfortunately, a man's hand in all of this too. Because my mom grew up seeing her mom beat. It's a lot. It's a lot. So sorry to get too personal, but
No, this is exactly what you need in order to heal. So as you were telling your story, I'm tapping into this debris that Source talks about. So yes, so when me and Angela did your QTR, we were talking about your tree being barren. I am looking into your ancestors in the South. Where it started was someone being hung. This is what started the throat chakra.
mm,
Two, the reason why all of this stuff is happening to you, you are a gap filler. You are one of the souls that stand in the gap for your family. So this is why the
hmm
emotions, you feel them that much more intensely, regardless of the attachments. The whole point is you're supposed to. And that's why your heart is always being,
no, froze again.
you're supposed to feel it because you are a gap filler. You're someone that's going to be pulling out all of these things for your ancestral lineage so that your tree does not have to be barren. So I am seeing an ancestor that was hung and the air supply was cut off. Translate that to I see an ancestor being choked, strangled. This is a huge thing in your lineage. The neck, the air supply being cut off, not being able to talk, right? This is why you also, too, have not really fully flourished into coming into oneness to itself, because this is a very big scar, the choking throughout the cutting off of the air supply, throughout your lineage is truly what I'm seeing, and all of these personalities that you have, because even, and I did not get a good feeling with your middle name, not a good feeling. It's almost like that middle name is part of this shadow energy. I'm almost feeling that this shadow thing is a combination of so many things, not just, and I'm just sorry, guys, I'm just channeling all of this right now. It's not just the one thing. I feel that it's a combination of all of this trauma, this debris has turned into this entity that is inside and outside and all around, right? Being reinforced by the emotional traumas and anxiety and all of that. But there's so many pieces of you, and we need you to be whole.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my heart is just paining me right now. And so, guys, let's just, I know you guys have already started the energy work, but I'm going to chime in now. And does anyone want to like validate that, what I said, or are you picking up something different?
So weird. I got like a quick glimpse when she said something about her family tree. I was gonna ask about, it looked like maybe like an ornament or something, was like it was just like a quick flash, no color, just like a quick flash of an ornament hanging from a tree. So I was gonna ask her if, you know, that meant anything to her, or, you know, holiday type of thing meant anything to her. But then you said something about her ancestors being hung from a tree. So I didn't know if that was some type of, or if there's like anything that relates to that. But it was just like a quick glimpse, just a really, really quick glimpse. When as soon as she said family tree, it looked like a little ornament was hanging, and boom, it was gone.
You might just be seeing the hanging of it.
Yeah.
I want to validate you, Tahira, when you talked about the hanging and the breathing earlier this session. When I was doing the body scan, I was drawn to her lungs, and I don't know why I wanted to feel the lungs to get more breath in there, and it kind of connected to the whole hanging and taking a breath and losing your breath there. And it was really interesting because I was trying to work in the throat, and it was so amazing because like you physically were clenching your throat as I was trying to work with it. And I saw Catrice's blue light in the throat as well. But the thing is, like, it's still stuck. The throat is still stuck. And I feel like the healing has to come from the root up, because I feel like there is a sense of insecurity in your lineage. And that's what I got to in the beginning of the session when we pulled off of that dark entity that was holding on to you. And I got ancestors, but I didn't say anything. I'm sorry. I should have said stuff. So this is
Lee, we could have ended this an hour ago. No.
Sorry. So a lesson for Catrice and Taya and Gemini. Again, when you get those urges and those glimpses and those words, just say it, because you never know. And I know Tahira keeps telling Angela and I, whenever you feel it, just say it, because it could help the session. And so I'm just validating what Tahira saw. It is ancestral. Whatever you're going through, those blockages that's hindering you right now. And I really do think like your solar
Hey,
plex.
so,
Oh no.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, love.
Oh no, no. It's okay. I lost it. Sorry. Every time someone speaks, I'm like, I'll listen. It's okay.
No, it's just it makes so much sense because it feels like I had a stronghold. I felt like I was in prison, like energetically. It felt like every time I tried to get out, it's like something had, it's like energetically, I felt that stronghold on me. I mean, I have fought like with everything to try to break myself out of this reality that I'm in to go higher because my spirit wants to go higher, but it's almost like I'm trying to gasp for air in the ocean, and I'm trying not to drown. I keep going back up to the surface and trying to gain oxygen, like I'm trying to breathe, and it's just like something just keeps submerging me back down. Like energetically, that's how I feel. So it just makes so much sense. And then I have an ancestor altar.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in my room, there's an ancestor altar right behind me. So I've been on my spiritual journey. I've taken some of the African spirituality and have, been doing, just fresh water and flowers and incense and praying to my ancestors and communicating with them. So as they say, I don't know if I have ancestors. I'm pretty sure I have ancestors that are supporting me, but I don't know if there could be ancestors that are, I don't know. I don't know.
Opposing you. I'm here.
Opposing me.
There's some ancestors that are opposing you. There's some that are
Mm,
supporting you, but I'm picking up on an opposing energy. And this is the thing I think that a lot of people don't talk about with our ancestors. Every ancestor is not for you. It's not for our
hmm
highest good, because some of our ancestors, to be honest with you, is the reason why we have to clean up their mess. That's what we're doing. We've
Right.
all been here cleaning up our ancestors' traumas, dramas, strongholds, curses, wounds, things, resentment, pain. And back to the point is this, your body is that container. So when Lee was talking about the lungs, I see green sludge all over the lungs, and it's just patches of it. This is the spiritual debris that you need to break free from. This ain't all you. This is truly, truly, I'm talking lifetimes and lifetimes of ancestral things that you are holding in your body. And it takes a special soul to be able to do this work because it puts the physical body through so much. But you have the capacity, and I got stabbing pains in my heart. You have the capacity to hold it. But now the journey of transmuting it, this is where we are, because some of us are literally the transmuters of our ancestors' pain. And this is what I am seeing
Mm,
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to jump in too because I was just to I don't know, not validate, but just kind of chime in that I'm feeling that as well, like that it is like an ancestral issue. And you were saying, Lee, that she needs to work with the root to remove this, and I've actually been down there, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling those cords, especially like on the left side, like the left side of her root is just wrapped. It's wrapped, and it's like pulling her down, like the roots of a like many miles deep of a tree trunk or a tree, and it's just keeping me back. I can feel the bondage in that part of the body, and I'm wondering if this ancestor was on the mother side that you saw hanging from the tree, Tahira.
I
Just
believe,
this
yeah.
all feels like it's going through the maternal side of your lineage.
mm,
But as I'm working with the root, I can actually I can feel. I know there's a lot of darkness, but I can feel like the light starting to come out, and I feel like your heart starting to fill back up a bit, like the pathways to your heart opening up, and just other parts of your body and your energy body, and also your auric field that have been kind of dark. They're like it's just small bits of light coming through, but it is softening and the layers are being removed and it's being unwound right now. So yeah, good stuff.
I want to say, Angela, I feel like your work down there, because I knew you were working down there. I feel like your work down there allowed me to bring in the pink light, and I was encompassing like her lower chakras and her heart because I knew you were working there. Into the pink light, into the love and acceptance and clearing and all that, and it was very receptive. And yeah, thank you, Angela. You're amazing.
Yeah, she is. One thing, let me just say this about Angela. Angela is the one here that really represents the root chakra, the collective root chakra. And trust me, if there's a root chakra energy or something that needs to be healed in the root, Angela's going to find it. She's going to find it. She's going to unravel it. She's just doing her work incognito, just quietly over here. And I know she's been doing that, spending time in that root the entire time, because that is what she does. So I just wanted to let you know, and she's amazing at it, the best.
Hi guys. I had channeled some messages a couple of days ago before we even did this. So I just want to know if this resonates with you, Drea. I had talked to my ancestors a couple of days ago, but I don't know if this resonates. Okay, so this is what it says. We don't mess with the planets because that's a part of people's destiny. We are marching in the light of God. Activation. We are inside of you. It's time to work. Back to your roots. Bob Marley. Green, white, black, yellow, orange, red, water. African incense to call them in. Start practicing African culture. Start speaking in your native tongue. Break the curses of jobs under a spell. Break the white man's curse. Break the white man's curse will break curses that was upon us for centuries. Stop doing for others and do for yourself. Start doing community work. Fruits of our labors sown into seeds. Trust divine timing. That's what I got. I don't know if that resonates with you at all, but I channeled that a couple of days ago.
You said green, white?
Yeah, green, white,
yellow?
the colors. I was channeling colors. I was channeling messages, and I also felt like something was trigger warning, whooping my back. My back feel like it's been whooped a lot. Like it almost feels like claws are digging into my back, but it's really the belt that feels like claws. And also I feel tightness in my shoulders. But it's getting better though, because at first I felt like the right side, my masculine side, was more alive and vibrant than my feminine. My feminine felt void and kind of weak, but it's feeling like it's balancing out now.
Wow. I think, oh, sorry, go ahead, Lee.
Oh no, I was just getting, because I was looking at the colors and everything. And it's interesting because it's like the color of the people, right? White, black, yellow, and there's red, the indigenous people. And it's just like to be honest, I feel like you represent, Drea, like the collective of African Americans, like the struggles that they've been through, like the ancestors. Like there's no coincidence that you, like, that Gemini feels the whipping and the strangling. And when you said that you felt like you couldn't breathe because you were like treading water and your lungs were filling up with, like, there's a lot of trauma within your lineage. And I feel like you just represent that you have to heal like that portion of society or the world. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Beautiful.
that's what I got.
Thank you.
You're powerful. That's why I keep saying, like, yes, you are whole. This is collective work. And to be honest with you, every single person here, we're all here representing a part of the collective. Like, so sometimes we will get attachments, or sometimes something will happen to us and we will literally come here and we'll find out it's because the collective is going through this. And some of us are the ones that stand in the gap to really transmute energy for the collective. This is why we are scattered in different parts of the country and possibly in the future, the world, right? Is because we have to hold the energy in the, the different energy portals wherever source has us, to be able to clear out these massive energy. I'm hearing migrations that we're going through, and your body itself is a portal. This stronghold energy, it feels that, and it's on your back. So what happened to the slaves? What happened with the, thank you, Gemini, for that. And to your point, sometimes you're going to start channeling a client days before, even weeks before, or even right before the session. And that's why we need to understand what's our energy and what's not, right? And that was beautiful that source really had you speak to that, because this entity, and it even said we're half a heart. And that movie, The Color Purple, was kind of back in those times where the man was in control, the man was whooping on the women still. It was very much, and it was still kind of a little bit like, segregation-ish. It just was not a safe space, right? And there was a lot of trauma in that whole family, in The Color Purple. There was a lot of trauma. So this ancestral wounding is really the journey from the transatlantic slave trade, and also a slave trade that happened right here. It is this migration, the Great Migration, that is literally, you're holding all these emotions. I'm getting these pains again in my heart. You're holding the pain of our ancestors right there in your heart. Oh my God, I feel it. You're holding all of this and all of those emotions. Do you know the millions and billions of people that have died, that have been slaughtered, that dreams were lost, that were cut off in their prime, that were stolen, that was pillaged, that was raped, that was just fed to alligators? All of this trauma that this group of people that most of us belong to have been through, you're holding all of that in your body.
And I felt that. I felt like, because my mom, oh, gosh, my mom, just her story alone is so much trauma. I felt like that because I've heard, the people I look up to on, on YouTube, and I'm just listening to different stories and learning about spirituality and bearing the cross of your bloodline, clearing all the baggage and the trauma to your bloodline. And sometimes, I don't know if one person can do that because that's a bit much, but I don't know. Like, it's just, I felt that. I felt it was heavy. I felt heaviness. And it's so funny that you said that, because I get little voices in my head too. And it says something like, you're carrying your ancestors. Something I had got, and not, I got this message a long time ago, and I just kind of, as quick as it came in, as quick as it came out. You know what I'm saying? So this is, but I just don't understand, why me though? Why am I tapping into all of this?
Because you're chosen.
And you're powerful.
Tahira, the shadow people. When you were talking about the shadow people, the shadow people.
I've seen shadow people.
I've seen shadow people. The shadow people. I just heard that. Shadow people.
Yeah.
What?
I
Tahira was like basically channeling her before she even got on here. She was talking about how we were going to talk about shadow people and how they're here. And they don't want her to break that generational curse. So they on her heavy. Like heavy.
Like warfare.
Heavy.
You know what, Gemini, before the session, like all day, I've just been like, I've been feeling so heavy and so bogged down. Like, never felt this heavy in my entire life, and just did
Oh,
I what is this? And I feel like it's that energy of these shadow beings all over me, inside of me, just swirling around, and just I'm feeling like a lump of coal. Like, do you feel that? Do you feel that density,
yeah.
Drea? Like,
Yeah, I carry heavy shit. I carry a lot within me in my heart space. And and then that explains why I'm so scattered in the head, and I get the pains in the back of my head, and it's just I'm carrying so much, but I thought all this was me. But then I get messages that it could be something more, but then I just kind of, I push it away. But
Mhm.
this is,
Dude, Drea, this is crazy. I'm even seeing crops now. I'm seeing like this is for sure, like we are literally talking about slavery. This is what you're holding in your body. And I don't know, I did a video about Donald Trump, and I don't know which one it was. And I said that this is a timeline that we needed to see again. Remember when you were talking about 2024, Drea feels like 2020?
yes,
And while Trump ran in 2020 but didn't get in, but now he got in, what Spirit told me was that there's something we need to heal still from the racism, the prejudice, the slavery. We need to heal that. And this is why, too, Trump is in office, because it's going to allow humanity to look at that again, to look at this, to look at slavery, to look at reparations, to look at what was done to this group. Because to be honest with you, nothing can ever evolve if it is not whole. Even if humanity in general wants to evolve, all creeds and colors of us, we cannot do it if this group of people is unhealed, because every single person took part in this. And so every single person will need to heal this. This is when this group of people is made whole, then the world will be made whole, because it's a part of our code. Like, we're all one. It's a part of when we look at the collective soul body. This is glaring in the chart, because it wasn't just slavery here. Yes, we are embodying that here. But if you look at other countries, there's still slavery going on in other countries all over this world,
yeah,
all over the world. And two, these pockets are actually healed. This is our collective soul is saying, we don't want this anymore. We need to bring this up to the surface and look at it. And that's why you're holding this, because you are able to embody it. Like, this is how expansive you actually are. So it's not yours, and it wasn't truly your mother's. She just needed to pass it to you.
mm, mm.
Wow.
And the shadow people is crazy because I've seen shadow. I've seen shadow people. I can see. I used to see things as a child. I used to see the dead when I was a child. I used to tell my mom, I see this person. I see this person. They would laugh at me, whatever, like that. Like, or they would sometimes take me seriously. Or I remember my mom went to the church on base, and she was like, my daughter's seeing things. And they were like, well, don't talk to them. Don't talk to the entities or anything. Don't talk to the spirits. I think it scared my mom. It actually scared her that I told her I was seeing things. But yeah, and now it's like I'm used to it now. I see them. They just they look soulless. Like they look like a body, but very slim, slanky, kind of hunched over, and they're gray. And they're just walking. And I've seen them inside the last apartment I was at. I mean, I see things too. So it's just crazy when y'all say shadow people. I'm like, I've seen them, like in the physical reality, I've seen them.
So you already
So,
saw it, because I was channeling gray as well. And
yeah,
I even had the picture of the gray. And that's why we were channeling
yeah.
gray, because we were picking up on what you have already seen. So just to
Mm-hmm.
answer all of our questions here, like, A, we are all telekinetic, because this is still a teaching, this is still a teaching session. We are all telekinetic, because we're all able to see inside of what's going on, and also pick up on even experiences that you've had. But it's because you're a gap filler. It's not you. They're not here to attack you, but rather you're here to help humanity break this curse. And no parts of us can be left behind. No parts of our soul. If even one of us gets up to the, I don't know, whatever you want to call this ether space, and then there's something that's left behind, you got to come back, because we're working as a collective. We're actually one. You got to come back. It's not you, just you. Okay, great, you made it, but then because all that trauma still follows, because we're all connected, you got to come back. And so we're truly evolving. Like, this is even bigger than the lineage. Now we're talking about, this is galactic. This is galactic work that you are embodying. Seriously.
I can't even conceptualize that. I just knew I wanted to make a difference in the world, for something, humanity. Just stay on my YouTube channel. I have humanity, to expand the consciousness of humanity. Humanity. That's all that really stuck out to me. But I just didn't think it would be to this magnitude.
Yes, it is. And so what we'll do is we'll pick up on in your quantum hypnosis session. I'll do this clearing, because I presume now that we know what's going on, I'm almost wondering if I can lead you back to the exact point in time that this all kind of started. And we'll see where spirit wants to lead you and where your soul wants to go. But it would be very interesting if that did actually happen. And yeah, so that's what I think we'll leave this session here. And this was a really good spiritual diagnosis. And so a lot of the clearing that me and Angela did the first time, notice it was very personalized to you.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we have a little bit more lineage here, because we all have different genetic makeups here, they're all not the same. Now it's more of, we're pulling in the collective codes for you. And this thing is so powerful. It's very galactic, this energy that you're holding. Yeah. Yeah. Any final remarks right now that you guys want to let Drea know?
Yeah, I just have a question. So back in 2020, I remember you talking about seeing shadow people. Back in 2020, this is when the Great Awakening was happening with everyone. I remember seeing a shadow being in my apartment that I had. And so it looked multi-dimensional, like almost like, I'm just wondering, did it look multi-dimensional, like a multi-dimensional gray? Like what you be seeing is like multi-dimensional kind of gray, or
Like
When you say multi,
like not from here, not from Earth.
of course, not from here. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Because at first I thought it was like a being, like somebody who passed, but then it looked very like its energy just looked soulless, like it would just walk by. And then I've also seen like small ones.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you get intrusive thoughts a lot?
Do I what?
Get intrusive thoughts a lot?
Yes. Sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy because it's like this fight against myself. It's like, again, I'm trying to rise above, and I'm trying to get these negative thoughts. I'm trying to get this self-doubt, this self-criticism, this self-sabotage. But it's always, or something like freaky will happen to me. Something would just happen to me, just like a block, like in my physical reality, that just blocks me. And then it just, once again, I'm like 2 steps back, and then it just breaks my spirit all over again. So I'm just like, why does this keep happening? Like, what am I doing wrong? Like,
it's not you. It's not you. Actually, I was talking to Gemini about that, that I'm going to do a video about the shadow people. We were talking about it. because I got that message. And this was like, I don't even know, it might have even been before. I think it was after, I'm not sure. It might have been even before we had our session together. But I was up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and I heard all of these horrible thoughts. I was just becoming, and I was an observer of it. And I was like, what is this? And then Source was like, these are the shadow people that they're like speaking into the matrix. This is part of the code, right? As we have a code, right? There's also negative forces speaking in negative stuff, moving energy, moving frequencies around. These are not, it's like a whole, I'm talking millions, if not billions of shadow people just here in negativity into the pot. And it stays reinforced when we're unhealed, right?
Mm.
So it's not you. It's you really are picking up on what is going on at the core of this matrix. So I'll say that. I don't want to hold everyone here because I know you guys have children and all of that, but Angela, look like you're doing some heavy work over there.
Well, I can bring it to a stop. All these layers.
Layers, yeah.
So, I know earlier I was working on you a little bit and I decided to bring in your wings because I feel like we all have wings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it first came out dark, really black, and then it cleared out to be white. And then angels came in, and then that's when I started crying and I draped you in such beautiful, loving, high vibrational light to help you like push through like the heaviness and the self-doubt and those shadow people words and just kind of you got this, you got this. There's a lot of support for you right now. Your energetically, you're clear. Like your aura is clear. You're very bright. Your wings are white, very pure. And I feel like it's gonna take you to the next level, the next step that you're gonna go through, especially with Tahira, the next session that you'll have with her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Catrice?
No special messages. I would just say to try to get some meditations in and see if you can pull some answers from your meditation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thea?
Okay. So, just some closing remarks. I just want to tell you that today was one of the hardest days I've went through in a long time. I had so much opposition come at me out of nowhere today for no reason, just out of the blue. And, usually it's kind of like an easygoing type of, I'm an accountant, but I was just getting slammed with stuff today. I was just getting slammed left and right. Email this, get this done. Like it was crazy today. And I know for a fact that this was not my energy. Now that I'm in this session, I know that was your energy. And it's like, the spiritual warfare that you're under. So it's like you're going to have to learn heavy protection. You're really drawn to ancestral, like there's a past life connection and then there's an ancestral connection. And then curse breaker. I also feel like one of the things you need to maybe learn or try to learn, I'm not sure if you believe in inner work or anything like that, but I believe that you've internalized a lot of you internalize. So everything you've ever been through, you internalized it. Mm-hmm. And obviously it's beyond the physical too, but just even in the physical, everything you've ever been through, you've internalized it. So now it's time to release that. Once you release that, it's going to let up so much energy for space for you. Whew. So it's kind of like learning to transmute negative energy. Like feed yourself positive energy because, you know, because of how everything started off for you, you were born into a, a warfare, basically. You were born into that. So it's like, in order to break the cycle is going to require you to overcome it with like positive, good energy. So now you're needing to feed yourself good, positive energy. So, and that's what you're doing. So you're like on the right path, you know? So it's like, but that's basically what I was getting. I just wanted to confirm that I felt the warfare on you, and it was unbelievable. So
Yeah.
that's basically my closing remarks. Just anything that's coming to you, reverse it. Like anything negative that tries to come, don't let it. Just figure out a way to transmute it, no matter what it is. And that is going to start to really help you because then after a while, those attacks will like calm down. And then eventually they won't even come because you're too strong now. It's like, so building up that muscle to transmute negative energy is really going to help you. And protection. You need heavy, 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 heavy protection at all times. Never go anywhere uncovered. And that's it.
That one was, I heard that one. That was amazing. Okay, guys, let's all clear our energy because this is some heavy stuff. We don't want to take this. So I just do a few breaks here down the middle. Here. Just clearing everyone here. Clearing off to the sides here. Release it. And you can do this too, Drea, because this is not your stuff. So you can start to just release some of that and then just clearing, cutting any cords, energetic cords here. And this is collective work, and we'll leave this here for today, and then we'll continue the mission. So feels as if Drea, the reason why you had this on your vision board is like you didn't know that you were a messenger. You're a messenger from source. You're a messenger from source to bring this to our spiritual desk, because what we're about to do, guys, is so massive. We're literally going to reverse history. And I wanted to say even trauma from millions of years, but source is saying that you can't even equate how long this has happened. Yeah. So I want to say that.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you, Tahira.
Thank you, and Drea as well. So as far as the protection goes, taking salt baths are very effective for clearing your energy and helping to remove some of these cords and helping you also to come in to become more attuned to your own energy as opposed to this heavy energy that you're carrying, because you've probably internalized that thinking that that is yours. So, having a practice like that, maybe, taking an Epsom salt bath or Dead Sea salt or pink Himalayan salt, like once a day at the end of the evening, as well as I did a lot of work in the hip area. So maybe doing some different yoga poses to help open up the hip chakra, or excuse me, the a bit more, and just get that energy flowing more. I think that would be very helpful as well. And also I wanted to comment from the last session that we had. You know how Tahira and I were saying that your energy was kind of draining out, but I didn't feel that this time. I do feel like you've been doing inner work and that you've been, bringing that energy back into yourself and allowing it to flourish more. So I just wanted to say that even from the last session, I definitely see a positive change, and I'm excited to see what happens next time with you as well. So.
Oh, thank you, love. Yes, I have herbs. I love herbs. So I do I put holy basil, rose petals, salts. I haven't done a spiritual bath in some time because you do get lazy in the spiritual, just cleanse. I guess I need heavy ass protection. So it's like I'm gonna have to keep I don't know, it's like I'm gonna have to really intensify my protection. I usually do showers, salt showers, because I'm so exhausted at the end of the day. But I'll go back to baths. I even do the foot soaks. Sometimes when I feel my spirit's just pushing me to do so. But I guess I'll have to go back to baths and stop being lazy, and do that. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And I do have something to say. Sources coming through the one last message. I'm channeling evergreen. So who's talking last? When Angela was talking, I saw an image of like a tree, an evergreen, when you were talking about the different things that she can do. So when I looked up the meaning of that, it says in a spiritual context, an evergreen tree symbolizes eternal life, hope, and resilience due to its ability to remain green throughout the year. Even during the harsh winter months, baby, you'd evergreen, representing and enduring nature of life and the promise of renewal despite challenging circumstances. You're going to get a renewal. It's often associated with the concept of immortality, and get this, across various cultures and spiritual traditions.
Wow.
This is to sum up what we've done, and this spiritual diagnosis. Source is saying you are the evergreen, you have eternal life, hope, resilience, right? Because this tree, it remains green throughout the year. So no matter what you're going through in the spirit, you are plentiful. This is not your baggage. You are the evergreen. You are resilient. And even during the harsh months, it helps you to endure, nature, the nature of life, the good times, the bad times. And it promises renewal despite any challenging circumstances. You will have a renewal, you will have a rebirth. And this is immortality, and we are literally immortality across various cultures and spiritual traditions. So this is transcending cultural, race, spiritual practices. This is galactic, what we're representing here.
Version of the one room. Wait, what's it? Oh, sorry.
All right.
Sorry. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm just talking.
It's okay. Also, this was beautiful, guys.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it was so great seeing all of you. It's so hard to just turn it off,
Thank you.
Once it gets going. Okay, bye guys. It was so great.